Time for another tax help segment from Manjit Singh, CPA PC in Falls Church, Virginia.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Manjit Singh from Manjit Singh CPA office in Falls Church, Virginia, Ashburn, and now in Manassas. Folks, Kusum and I have very many times in the past talked about Offshore Voluntary Disclosure Initiative program. We have had a couple of attorneys as guests to talk about it. In an effort to combat tax evasion, the Internal Revenue Service has imposed a new form to be filled out. It's called Statement of Specified Foreign Financial Assets, Form 8938, effective tax returns that are going to be filed for the year 2011. Kusum, would you like to give us a little information on the Form 8938, please?
Yes, Form 8938 is what you would use if some of our viewers might be familiar with filing Form TDF 90221 to report bank balances greater than $10,000 to the Treasury Department. That form used to go by June 30th, following the end of the tax year, to the Treasury's office in Michigan. That form itself is covered by the Banking Secrecy Act, so the IRS couldn't readily get that information, and therefore they decided that they would go ahead and devise a new form that actually gets filed with the federal tax return. It's Form 8938. It's a two-page form which requests a lot of detail. The filing threshold itself is higher than the 9221, and it does not replace that form, which you still have to file if you have balances greater than $10,000 in a foreign bank account. And this form asks for details about, and especially details again about your foreign financial assets, which include your brokerage accounts, any involvement in a foreign entity. But if you have already reported some of these on forms like 5471, then the end of the form says how many forms 5471 have you filed, for example, and how many 3520s have you filed. And so if you give that information, then you don't have to repeat all that information over again on the 8938. The form is still new, and there was a transitional rule originally for 2011, but now that the form is in its final version, it's available for this filing season, so those to whom it applies will have to file it. Oddly enough, it doesn't seem to include real estate holdings, but it does include brokerage accounts and bank accounts. And maybe Mr. Singh, you have some more detail that you want to offer about it?
I was reading the form the other day, and it is like you said. I was surprised no information was required about the real estate, because based on the title of the form, specified foreign financial assets. Asset would mean real estate. So it was kind of a surprise not to see it there, which is good. And the other thing is the thresholds. Do you remember off the top of your head?
If you have $150,000 at any time during the year and you're married and filing a joint return, or $100,000 on the last day of the year, then you're required to file that form if that's the sum of the assets in the foreign land. Another word that I would want to add is that the World Bank has sent out a letter to World Bank retirees that they do have to include their World Bank pensions in this mix, because those apparently do constitute foreign financial assets. The World Bank is working with the IRS to get that removed, but for the 2011 tax year, they haven't yet succeeded. So the value of your pension does have to be included with your foreign financial assets if you are a World Bank retiree.
A couple of things that I became aware of and that they were interesting is, if you are married, filing joint return, you report the full amount. If you have the account in partnership with somebody else, both the individual, if they are required to file tax returns in the US, both will record and report the full amount, not partial, not your percentage. So be careful. There is quote unquote double counting, but don't be afraid of that since there's no income tax involved in it. And ladies and gentlemen, we've been told that we are out of time. So for today, this is Manjit.
And I'm Kusum. Thanks for watching.